Another lesson of English time for you. Um, this is going to be about conditionals, and you're gonna think, but we already dealt with conditionals in Unit 7. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. But this time we're gonna talk about all four conditionals. So the zero conditional, the first, the second, and the third. And you should be able to use those in your speech. Alright? Here we go. So, please pause and think about this for a minute. Please pause. Okay, so when you do use the zero conditional, when it's very logical. When you heat ice, it melts. When you use the first one, um, well, if I feel good tomorrow, we will go to the beach. Logical, yes. Likely, 80% maybe, I don't know. The second conditional, when it's unlikely. If if I had $1 million, I would buy a Ferrari, something like that. Yes. Or if I went to Mars, I would say hi to the Martians. Okay. So, of course, in the first conditional, use the present tense and then will plus the verb. In the second conditional, you use the past in the if part, and then you use would plus verb. If I were a rich man. That's a song. Um, and of course, would you buy a Ferrari if you were a rich man? But there's a mistake in this sentence. There's a small, tiny, well, not tiny, a small mistake in this sentence. Can you find the mistake? I can tell you where the mistake is. There shouldn't be a comma in this sentence. There should not be a comma in this sentence. So it should be like this. Okay. Okay, buena. Okay. Alright. Next one. We're going to page 83 and we're gonna do the check conditionals exercise. Okay, 83. And we're gonna open it. I don't know if this is a legal copy. If this is not a legal copy, it means it is copyright infringement. Let's have a look. 83. Here we are. Yes. Okay. I want you to fill in this, do this exercise here. I'm gonna pause and then we're gonna talk about this together. So please pause. You are not pausing. Please pause. Pause. Otherwise you can't. I'm gonna give you the answer. It doesn't make sense. Please pause. Number one. If prices continue to fall this way, we won't make a profit this year. Likely. It's about the future also. If they went into China, they would certainly find cheaper labor, but they think it's too big a risk. It's not likely that they will go to China. But if you say if they go to China, they will find cheaper labor, you can say that as well. Both are correct. I would not buy shares in a company if the balance sheet were not healthy. No. The fourth one, if the company, let me see. If the company doesn't show a profit this year, the shareholders will ask for a vote of confidence at the next annual meeting. Yes. I would apply for the job if I had the qualifications, but I don't. It's not realistic, unlikely. If I were him, I would step down before the scandal hits the newspapers. Alright, we go back here. Okay, now we're gonna talk about the third conditionals. First of all, third conditional. Okay, so the first conditional is about likely situations. The second one is about unlikely situations. The third one is always about the past. It's always about the past. And you're gonna imagine how things would be different now if the past had been different. So imagine you were drunk last night. This morning you did an exam, but you didn't do it. It did not go well. Do you have regrets? I guess so. I hope so. I should not have drunk so much last night. That now I'm using a past model to express regret, but I can also use the third conditional here. If I had not drunk so much, I would have passed the exam. So so you can use it for regret or blame, but now if something in the past, wait, I'm gonna change this sentence. If had been different, how would things have been now? That in this sentence, I'm using the third conditional to explain the third conditional. Are you with me? So I'm using the third conditional in order to explain the third conditional. If something in the past had been different, how would things have been now? Now, pause please and think about what's the structure of this sentence. What's in the if part and what's in the second part? Please think about the structure. Pause please. Okay, if I had won is the past perfect. In the if part you always use the past perfect. If I had taken, if I had worked harder, if I had drunk less, if I had helped him. I would have, then would have, and then you use the past participle. I would call it the perfect participle because it's like, and this is a small exercise, what's the past participle of swim, do and take? Pause please. Swim, I have swum. To do, I have done. To take, I have taken. So I would have taken, I would have done, I would have swum. Okay. So now here are the three conditionals. If I met Shakira, I would dance with her. If I had met Shakira, I would have danced with her. If I meet Shakira, I will dance with her. So the first one is the second conditional. The second one is the third conditional. And the third one is the first conditional. Oh, desculpe, puedes bajar un poco? Let's see. Oh, desculpe, puedes bajar un poco? Sí, estoy recordando. So, what's the difference here? Well, if I met Shakira, I would dance with her. That means it's not very likely. It's not very likely that it happens. I mean, she will perform in San Jose or something. If I had met Shakira, I would have danced with her. That means you went to a concert and maybe you had the opportunity to dance with her. Maybe she invited everybody to dance with her. If I meet Shakira, I will dance with her. That means you're going to a meet and greet with Shakira, and well, you're going to meet her. So, well, you have the plan to dance with her. Maybe she will say yes. Maybe she will say no. I think she will say yes. All right. So it's the same thing, but each conditional has its own meaning, and do understand the different meanings of the different conditionals. So now we have an exercise here. Please fill this in. It's only the third conditional. And please, yes, I'm gonna pause now. Please pause now and do this on a piece of paper. Write it down, because I will give you the answer. It makes no sense listening to the answers without doing this. So please pause. You haven't. Please pause. You need to pause in order to do this exercise. Please pause. Yes, pause. Okay. If you had studied more, you would have passed the exam. If I had not studied at the UM, I would have studied at the UCA. If I had met Shakira, I would have asked for her autograph, for an autograph. If I had gone to the statue, wait. 4 is I would have gone to the Statue of Liberty if I had had the time, but I didn't. I would have gone to the Statue of Liberty if I had had the time. The fifth one. Would you have voted for Trump if you had known all the things you know about him now? So those are all third conditionals. Please find your mistakes. Maybe you should go back and listen to this again, but correct your answers. Okay, change this into the third conditional. I should have studied at the UCA. I should not have invited him to the party. That means that you have to imagine some things. What happens? That's up to you. You make up something. Anything is okay with me. Please pause and write down 2 sentences. With the third conditional, of course. Pause. Okay, if I had studied at the UCA, I would have studied dentistry. If I hadn't studied at the UM, I would have studied at the UCA. Something like that. If I hadn't invited him for the party, there wouldn't have been such a mess. Something like that. Okay. Now we're going to the exercise of the book. So we're going back to the book again. We're gonna go towards here. Yes. Please do this exercise. Let's quickly have a look. What else do I have here? Or wait, no, I'm gonna check. We're gonna do something else. I'm going to open another presentation. Yes. So, please do this exercise. Pause, please. Pause and do this exercise. If I had taken my camera with me, I would not have taken many pictures. If I had studied harder, I would not have passed the exam. 2, 3. Here you gotta make up something. If I had gone to the party, I would have had a great time. Alright. So I'm gonna write this down. If I had gone to the party, I would have had a great time. Or if I had gone to the party, I might have met the love of my life. Okay, something like this. Okay, anything is okay with me. It's more important that you use the third conditional. Okay, we're gonna skip this. We're gonna do this one. So first, second, or which conditional here? Wait, second or third. Okay. Let's put it like this. The first one. Please pause and do this exercise. Okay. I would have traveled to India if I had had the money. in 2010. In the past, if things were different, what would have happened? If I had trained more, I would have won that match. Unfortunately, I lost. Okay. If I go to that festival, it will be amazing. I am going to buy a ticket. Okay. Yes. Alright, so now we're going to do the exercise in the book. Yes. Please pause and do this exercise on page 89, and then I'm going to the answers. I'm gonna look up the answers in my papers as well. Okay. Alright, well, I don't have the answers here. I thought I had the answers here, but I'm gonna give you that to them anyway. Let's go to the first one. Okay. If local counterfeiters only pay a fine of $1,000 when they are caught, they will keep on producing counterfeit goods. This is clearly about the future and a very logical situation. So, counterfeiters pay a fine of only $1,000. Okay. The second one. There would not be so many imitation drugs on the market if the prices of the genuine products were not so high. This is an unlikely situation. The prices will remain high for those medicines. If we won't drop our prices in the region, I think we will be vulnerable to counterfeiting by local companies. Yes. We would not have manufactured locally if we had not trusted them to produce only the agreed quantities. It's been fine so far. So this clearly is about the past, yes. If I had known it was fake, I would not have bought it. Yes. It's clearly about the past. You made a purchase and you regret that purchase. So if you had not bought that watch, you would have been happier, I guess. You are not happy with your fake watch. Okay. We're considering introducing some more sophisticated anti-counterfeiting features, but it will cost a lot of money if we use them. Yes. I would not work for a counterfeiter even if I could get another job elsewhere, but I can't. Yes. Alright. Yes. For now, I have another exercise for you. This is going to be a small role play or talking exercise. Where do I have it? I have it here, I think. Okay, so I'm just gonna write it here. Think about the situation. About the last week. Oh wait, I have it here. Yes. And you can send me a small text about this. You can send me an audio about this, a short mail or something. I would like that, absolutely. It shows that you're engaged. And talk for yourself. Think about regrets you have about last week, or about last month, or last year, and think about how things could have been different if you had done things in a different way. Wait, I'm gonna write this down. How could things... So, yes. Alright, so think about that for a moment and use the third conditional in your thoughts and in your speaking, please. This is about the third conditional. Imagine how things could have been different if you had done things differently. Alright? Yeah. Okay, well, this was the lesson about the third conditional. You need to practice more. It's not easy to distinguish between the conditionals, so please, you can go online and find quizzes about conditionals if you find this difficult. But you need to apply the third conditional in your speech. That's very important. Thank you very much.